Good morning, Brownsville. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this feed. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Frankie Olivo. Now, our program focuses on the very important issues that are affecting our local community. We have shed light on injustices and allowed for our platform to be that of the voice of the people. Now, if this is something that you can see yourself supporting, I humbly ask of you to like, comment, and share this live feed. Now, as of late, our Facebook page of close to 40,000 followers is at risk of being taken down. The powers that be do not want you to know the truth. Remember, fam, I will not be silenced. And if you're really about the cause and want to stand up to corruption and hold our leaders accountable, make sure you follow our social media platforms. We could be found under Frankie Olivo TV under YouTube, on our YouTube account. Make sure you subscribe. Also, in the very near future, we will be streaming on X, formerly known as Twitter. We want to inform you that in case you cannot find us no more, in case our Facebook page goes dark, you know where to find us. I did make a post yesterday, and after today's program, I'm going to share it once again. Again, we're going to be going live on my personal page, Olivo Frankie, on this page, Frankie Olivo, on the YouTube, Frankie Olivo TV, and on X. We could be found under Frankie Olivo. Remember, Good Morning Brownsville, rain or shine, will come on Monday through Friday religiously. So make sure you subscribe and follow all of our social media accounts. That way you can tune in. Remember, fam, I will not be silenced. And thank you so much for tuning in. I am always grateful to have you here every day present to talk about the very important issues that are affecting our local community. How we doing, chat? How we doing? How we doing? Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. If you're a T-Mobile subscriber, member, they have the T-Mobile deals. Summer's around the corner. You may find some travel deals, hotel discounts, car rental discounts. So make sure you look out for that. Yesterday was Memorial Day, a great day for us to remember what living in this country is all about. The brave men and women that made the ultimate sacrifice. For us to be able to live our lives, for me to be able to come on this live tube and speak my mind and talk about how we feel about the politicos. It is important for us to salute, honor, and give thanks to those individuals that did what many of us would never dare do. So if you are currently serving, we salute you. Thank you so much for your service. If you are a family member of one who has served in the armed forces and did pass away, again, that is the most honorable thing, and our respects to you and your family. You should be very proud of your family member, your loved one, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to live in this great nation, and we are very privileged to have that opportunity. Yesterday, fam, I did go to the island. It was jam-packed. One thing that I want to state is there's tar, there's like chapapote, there's like oil all over. And I know, I'm on the island a lot, but it's just out of hand. It's just crazy. Something that, I got oil like on my legs, on my chest, and that was just for going into the water. So are we happening? We have a good morning, not good morning, not Jasmine Marie Reyes. Is it SpaceX and the launches, Hector Garza? Tar is an issue. Now we're starting to see the reasons why environmentalists have been up in arms. But just something that I haven't experienced. Again, I've heard about it. I talked to people, to locals there, and that's the new thing, unfortunately. Now we're swimming in tar, Garza. Now we're swimming in oil. Can you imagine that? And it has been like that for a while. It really has. But after the shark attacks, I don't get into the water. But again, Elon Musk has been given the green light from FAA that he anticipates that they will be launching 25 times per year. Now, SpaceX, are the ones that are going to be able to dictate when they open and close the beaches during the week. Remember, something we talked about in Good Morning Brownsville, that the county only has the weekends and SpaceX has during the week. So very interesting things that have been happening. So again, for me, it's going to be a hot girl summer. Going to be out on the island, catch some rays. So if you see me a little bit darker, don't get worried now. All right. Today, ladies and gentlemen, today is early voting, the first day of early voting, and we encourage each and every one of you to participate. Early voting, we will have the opportunity today, Tuesday, May 27th, through Saturday, the 31st. The hours that you can go and vote personally are from 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. On Saturday, it is from 10 to 5. And on Monday, the last 2 days, Monday, June the 2nd, and Tuesday, Election Day, June the 3rd, is when we will get the results. These are the locations, ladies and gentlemen, in which you can vote for the city of Brownsville. We have the Cameron County Courthouse, which is located at 954 East Harrison Street in downtown Brownsville. We have the public library, which usually gets the most voters on Central Boulevard. We have the Southmost Public Library on La Famosa Southmost, the New Horizon Medical Center Clinic on Price, and our Good Shepherd, the Good Shepherd Community Church. Again, it is morning, Jahaira. It is very important for us to go and exercise our vote. The dynamics of the city commission decisions, very important decisions that are going to affect you and I, ultimately will be decided in this election. We have talked about voter apathy. We had said how the city of Brownsville sees 8% of the registered voters. In this past election, we got a dismal amount. So again, every vote counts, ladies and gentlemen. If we saw a low voter turnout in April, early May, can you imagine the numbers that are going to come out for this runoff election? So again, if you haven't made plans already, make sure you do so, because again, it is very, very important for you to go out and vote. We try our best here at Good Morning Brownsville. We try our best, and we pride ourselves in giving you the facts, the whole enchilada. We have been very critical. We have been very critical of those individuals that claim to be for the people. But what do we see? We see that they have agendas, that they're paid, that they have a certain interest, that while they're attacking the opponent, their candidate, their horse, has a lot of skeletons in their closet. It's sad to report that you, the voters, are being presented only one side of the story. Here at Good Morning Brownsville, I promise you, I will never use this mic to weaponize, to bully, to harass people. My job before you is to present the black and the white, the good and the bad. I try to stay away from that gray area because I don't want you to feel as if I'm pushing a certain agenda your way. At the end of the day, my role is to present information, good and bad, black and white, and have you, the voter, my constituent, my people, you decide what you're going to do with that information. So again, today is early voting. And today we'll be talking about a candidate that is on the ballot for this runoff election. Today we titled our program, Will Pedrito Cardenas be charged with nepotism? That is the question that I ask you, my constituents of Brownsville. So let's get started. In yesterday's program, if you didn't tune in, I'm sure y'all did, we talked about how we have a syndicate roaming around the streets here in the city of Brownsville. We thought that just because we are a border town, that the activities and behavior that transpire across the river, across the border, aren't being played out here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to state that this activity is alive and well. Why? Because of the all-American dollar, ladies and gentlemen. They see the value in the dollar. They don't want pesos. They want the big bucks. So what have we seen? We have seen how different entities within the city of Brownsville, the port, the school district, the county, they've been infiltrated by individuals that are asking for your vote, that are asking you to consider them to be your champion. It is our mission in life, ladies and gentlemen, to not take sides. We always present you with information. If we support a candidate, it is because we feel as if that candidate is in your best interest. We do our research. We make sure we ask the tough questions. That is how we get to the conclusions, and ultimately we ask you to consider these people. Yesterday, we talked about how Gustavo de Leon, a former federal agent, he does not have yet 2 weeks in office, and he's already ensnared in a scandal, a very serious scandal with current candidate for District 4, Pedro Cardenas. Now, again, if you think that organized crime, a RICO organization, is not kicking alive and well here in the city of Brownsville, you are mistaken, ladies and gentlemen. And if you need any more clarification, I encourage you to go back and listen to yesterday's program. A lot of details were revealed, key players throughout different entities. So we posed the question, will Pedrito Cardenas get charged with nepotism? And again, I showed you yesterday of what we were dealing with. If you look at this, the very first item, this is for projects and programs. Let me know if you can see it, chat. Let me know if it's clear. Are we good? Okay, we're good. Thank you. Look at this. The projects and programs from March the 7th, just 2 months ago, Sweet and Company. They received $1,205 for big rent subsidy. Now, yesterday, we stated how Pedrito Cardenas, according to Erasmo Castro, who confided in me this information, and whatever Erasmo Castro told me, I have it down in my computer. I have it down in notes. And trust me, the list goes on and on and on, from the port, from the county, from the school district, and from the city. And what he confided in me was that the reason why the Cardenases got divorced was for financial matters. The city of Brownsville passed an ordinance to where only family and close family would not be able to partake in these programs. So what happens? Well, legally, he's separated. And what did that allow him to do? That allowed him to have his wife get these grants, take part of these projects. Now, while you may say, well, it's only $1,200, it's only $1,205, but again, it's the principle in nature. And guess who the tenant and guess who the landlord of that company, of that building is? Trey Mendez. So again, these people are using your tax dollars for their own benefit. Are you okay with this, citizens of Brownsville? Do you mind that a politician who has not proven that he lives in the district, who he has failed to offer a residential address, he has not proven that he has any source of income? Remember, he's not running his family business restaurant no more. He just receives $25,000 that every city commissioner receives. We talked about the $100,000 that was washed. I'm painting a picture for you, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to target this man's character. It has a lot of question marks. A lot of question marks. And if that is something that you're okay with, I don't know what to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because this man is a charlatan. Es un charlatan, in my opinion. Now, again, this is the BCIC fund balance classifications for the fiscal year as of January of 2025. Let me know if you can see it, chat. Look at the very bottom. Are we good? Are we good? All right, we're good. Look at this. Sweet and Company. How much did they get? $14,500. Right here, the very last one. $14,500. If these individuals can't make it on their own, why do we continue to fund their projects? Why? Bring me up, please. Again, I'm a small business owner, ladies and gentlemen. I want $14,000 to my people in Southmost, Las Prietas, Boca Chica, Paredes. Wouldn't you like access to these $14,000? Wouldn't you like a rent subsidy to pay for your rent? Why is it only these people? Is it their fault? Or is it our fault? Because we allow them to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, what bothers me, and the reason why I'm letting Pedrito have it, is because these people are lying to our faces. They think we're dumb. They tell you that they're for the people, that they fight and they'll be vocal. And have you heard Pedrito talk about PUB? The only thing that I've heard Pedrito talk about is Highway 77. Ladies and gentlemen, Highway 77 is being worked on in large part thanks to Judge Nice, God rest his soul, and in large part to John Villarreal. Those individuals are the ones that got the legs, the wheels turning on that project, which is what, 80 million, 70 million, a lot of $1 million. And Pedrito, well, he's reaping the benefit of it. We're reconstructing 77. Well, okay, 77 is Judge Nice and Villarreal. What else, sir? What else have you done during these past 4 years? Pues, ¿qué te diré? Pues, no, pues nomás la 77, nomás. Todo. So again, this individual is asking for your vote. What has he done this past year? We should treat elections just like a business. Is Sweet and Company making it? No. Why are they receiving $15,000? 14 and 5. Why? Because it is the former spouse of a board member? Really? Ladies and gentlemen, us business owners, and I want all the business owners to be mad and upset about this. I could use 15 grand. A todos mis empresarios en la ciudad de Bronzeville, ¿a ustedes no les gustarían 15,000 bolas? ¿A ustedes no les gustarían 1,500 bolas para pagar su renta? A mí me encantaría. Mira, feria para aventar para arriba, pero nomás es para unos individuos que están relacionados con la comisión. ¿Por qué nomás a ellos? Why just them? Pedrito thinks you are dumb, District 4 voters. And he's asking for your vote. Vote for me. But what have you done, Pedrito? No, pues, hey, Danny, hey, we're making waves, Papa. We're doing this for free. This is a hobby of mine. I could definitely use 15 grand, Papa. Can we agree, Danny? Now, what else? Again, we talked about how Pedrito wasn't able to manage. And look, I'm not saying it, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Rivera is saying, hey, man, that's just the way it works here in the Valley. But should we accept it? What was that? What was Dr. Zavaleta, I think he said, we don't ask for corruption, we demand it, or something like that. Like it's a common thing. Like, ay, ¿pa qué te asustas? Why are you mad? Nambe, they won't give it to me. If anything, they'll give me like, ten una lollipop, ten unos dulces, mijo. Ya, cállate. Shh, I'm gonna apply. Y nomás por gacho, nomás por stick it to you. Again, why are we subsidizing people's rent? Why are we giving people $15,000? If they can't make it, get the hell out. That's the real world. Again, I'm on commission. If I don't make it, I don't eat. But you know what? Estoy bien gordo, papá. Porque we're good at what we do. We're hunters. We're gatherers. We make things happen. Nosotros no andamos ahí como, ay, dame 15,000 bolas, es porque se me está, ay, I need to remodel my Coca-Cola building, necesito feria. No, papá, nos amarramos y le echamos ganas. Now, again, we talked about how Mr. Cardenas, Pedrito, doesn't have a source of income besides the $25,000 that each commissioner receives. We talked about how he was once running a business, a family business, but that was taken away and given to his sister. Why? Well, you know, things were getting paid. Again, I'm not saying it. I don't say things just to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to blow smoke up you. I'm here to talk the truth. Look at this. A tax lien for a Pedro Eduardo Cardenas. Period of liability from May 2003 to September 30th, 2003. Look at the lien, $40,000. Now, again, business owners, I understand. We're in debt. Hey, we have $10,000 in debt, $5,000 in debt, $2,000 in debt. Hey, man, that's a part of life. We pay for our stuff little by little. Being a business owner is difficult. One of the most difficult things out there. But we make things happen. So again, Pedrito was taken away from the family business because he couldn't manage. He couldn't run things. Now, again, I pose to you the question, my community. If he can't run a business, what makes us think he could run a city with a budget of $130 million? So again, I'm setting the predicate. I'm making the claim that he doesn't live in District 4. He hasn't shown proof that he has no source of income, and that it seems as if he washed. It seems as if he washed $100,000 in donations, and it took him 7 months to file a financial report. Why, Miss Simpson? Oh, and to top it off, the worst thing of all, he was accused of stealing tips from his employees. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? The hospitality industry, that's all they depend on is tips. And this man is being accused of taking his employees' tips. Golly. That's tough. That's very tough. But what bothers me, ladies and gentlemen, what bothers me and irks me the most is that people hearing the things that we talked about yesterday, how I made serious accusations against Mr. Cardenas, they're still saying, I'm going to vote for him. And look at this. Look at this character. Here we have the Republican chairwoman for Cameron County who commented on yesterday's program. And she said, who has an hour and a half to talk to themselves like you do? Because again, her candidate is Pedrito. Her candidate, and that she's supporting, is Pedrito. She says, this must be your only source of income. No, baby girl. I'm a business owner. I'm an insurance broker. Pero está bueno, te dejo. Up the drama and lies to increase the likes, shares, and views is pathetic and unhinged. Well, girlfriend, If you heard about the things that I was talking about, Pedrito, that's pathetic. But again, I'll continue. You've lost credibility and are embarrassing yourself. Ay, que no me diga eso porque voy a llorar. No me digas eso, Bel. Well, what does Frankie say? Ira, girlfriend, you should be embarrassed that you're supporting a candidate that doesn't even have a job. He's stolen tips from his employees. It took him 7 months to file a financial report. He doesn't live in the district. But yet I'm embarrassing? LOL, please. And then I pose a question. You do know that yesterday was Memorial Day, right? Because she says, who has an hour and a half to talk to themselves? Well, girl, it was a federal holiday where everybody was off, the majority. So yeah, I think I have an hour and a half to spare on a holiday. Come on now. And then I say, hey, Deborah, what other Democrats do the Republican Party support besides Pedrito? So we can all know. And I pose the question, what deal do you have with Pedrito in exchange for the Republican Party support? Which of your candidates is he going to support? It's Bam Bam. So again, I'm pathetic because I'm calling Pedrito out. I'm pathetic because I'm letting my community know that Pedrito does not live in the district, that he washes money of $100K. He steals tips from his employees. He's got no source of income. He doesn't have a job. But I'm pathetic? Really? Girlfriend, you're pathetic. You're pathetic for vouching for that. For vouching for that. Now we have Daniel Salinas, who stated the following. And this goes out to Susan Rubalcaba for the people, for all those people that say, oh, yes, we know about Pedro, but we still support him. Really? Really? You see the character of this man, that he steals from his own employees. He doesn't file a financial report in 7 months. He doesn't have a job. And you're still supporting him? Really? Well, Mr. Daniel Salinas has something to say about that. He says, sometimes you become what you hate the most. The fighters of corruption can become the corrupted. I am astonished to find out the biggest criticizers out there for the last several months appear to be what they feared the most. Standing up for corruption means it goes beyond party or political preference. If you say what you mean, then party be damned and stand up for what is right. Put your money where your mouth is. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback, but when it hits you directly with a 2x4 because you're doing the same thing you have passionately criticized others for doing, it looks petty. These false prophets claiming to be champions for the people, Susan for the people, the forgotten, the disfranchised, and just like the Antichrist, they deceive many. For what? All for political convenience. I hope to God that yesterday's revelations don't come to fruition. The last thing we need is BSD drama and chaos spilling over to the city. We have seen what dysfunction looks like already at the school district. Why do we want that at the city level? Enough of the secret deals and under the table decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, we have people that are still vouching for him. You have Susan Rubalcaba for the people, still has the audacity to tell her community, our community, to vote for him. Susan Rubalcaba, I humbly request, ma'am, that you take off for the people on your social media platform. How can you be for the people? Again, what did Pedrito promise you? What did Pedrito promise the Republican Party? Ma'am, you have become the next Maggie. You have become the next Carlos Elizondo, who claim to be the voice of the people. And here we give you all this information of the character and the DNA of this man on a silver platter. And what do? You look the other way. Pues no sé, ¿qué pedo? ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué? You see the elephants in the room, and you still have the audacity to share, to vote for him? Really, man? I'm disappointed in you, Susan. I'm disappointed in you. See, look, here we have another one. Sorry, still voting for Pedro Cardenas. Really? Hi, Brownsville. You want to get rid of corruption, but you're voting for corrupted individuals. Say it ain't so. But bueno, the show must go on. We can't save them all, right? We can't save the flock. Shit, I'd rather have Daisy Zamora being Coward's puppet than the crime mob family that Pedro is all about. So you're okay with a syndicate running the city commission. You're okay with Pedro Cardenas washing $100,000. You're okay with him not having a job. You're okay with him stealing his own employees' tips. Elizabeth, really? Case closed? I'm moving on for you, girlfriend. No tengo tiempo. No tengo tiempo. Again, we titled our program, Will Pedrito Cardenas be charged with nepotism, ladies and gentlemen? What is nepotism? It is the practice of giving relatives, friends, an unfair advantage in a professional setting, such as the workplace. This includes giving family members jobs, promotions, or other opportunities, increasing their pay, benefits over more qualified candidates. Nepotism can also involve personal connections, influencing decisions, such as when a company recruits a supplier based the very end. Nepotism can occur in many fields, including business, politics. It's often associated with favoritism in business and in politics. Ladies and gentlemen, what false information? What false information have I provided to you? You think it's false that Pedro doesn't have a job? Ask him. You think it's false that Pedro Cardenas, that I'll talk about later? Oh, let me get to it. We're talking about nepotism, right? Well, just last week, ladies and gentlemen, just last week we had these two individuals. One that was recently sworn in, a former federal agent. I'll get to you, Arnie, real quick. And I have my ducks and my facts straight, brother. We have these two individuals here that, according to my sources, just last week on Wednesday or Thursday, they were in the office of the city manager demanding that they hire Carlos Elizondo. Now, Gustavo de Leon does not have 2 weeks on the job, and he is already strong-arming the city manager? Really? Why? Because Carlos supported him in his race? Really? Are you okay with that, Elizabeth? Are you okay with this, Arnie? I'm giving you facts, doggy. And if you don't believe me, call them. Bring me up. Call them. Ask them. Hey, man, this guy Frankie, he's alleging that you went to the city manager's office. Is this true? I don't believe it. I want to hear from you. They're not going to answer you. You know why? Because everything they say will be held against them in a court of law. If you don't believe me, Arnie, if you don't think I have my facts straight, call them, ask them, invite them on my show. I'll give them an hour for them to spiel. But they won't, because it happened. I'm not talking about 6 months ago, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about this past Thursday, 5 days ago, that this happened. When I say that a syndicate runs in City Hall, it's because a syndicate runs in City Hall. They think that they're in Matamoros, that they tell people what to do. Not on this side of the border. Things are different. Things are run different. So, Arnie, you think I'm passing false information? Really? Huh. Okay. I want you to ask Mr. Pedro Cardenas. Where were you, sir, last Wednesday or Thursday? Did you happen to be at the city manager's office? Gustavo de Leon, were you there present? Okay. Why were you there? Because they were strong-arming. They were demanding that the city manager's office hire Carlos Elizondo. Why? Because Carlos Elizondo. If you go through Carlos Elizondo's Facebook page, what do we find? Nothing but vote for these two people. What Gustavo de Leon did and what Pedro Cardenas did. That's called nepotism. That's wrong. That has no place for us here in the United States, and especially here in the city of Brownsville. How do you think the city manager's office felt? Because again, these individuals, they get to vote on their contracts. They have the power to vote and say, city managers, you didn't do what I told you, huh? Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to put your job up on the agenda. Ándale. You didn't do as you were told? Okay. You want to play hardball? You don't believe me, Arnie? You think I'm lying? You think I get up every day and just throw stuff at the wall hoping it sticks? No. Because people are fed up and tired. Enough is enough. They don't want Carlos back. They don't want people like Gustavo de Leon and Pedrito in office. They don't want that. And I'm talking about city employees. I'm not talking about the big dogs. I'm talking about the people that actually work with them. They're reaching out and they're saying, Frankie, this happened. Help us. So before you start criticizing me, Arnie, I asked you, contact them. Ask them, did you go to the city manager's office? Was Gustavo de Leon there? What did you talk about? What did you talk about? You'll be shocked because they will not answer you. They're going to act like if they don't know what you're talking about. But where have we seen this? Again, y'all may think I'm crazy. I'll take it. I'm okay with that. But where have we seen this, ladies and gentlemen? Where have we seen this nepotism before in our city? Let me see. Where have we seen it? Where can Minerva Peña be? Where can she be? I have looked far and wide, I have searched all day long, and I cannot find Minerva Peña anywhere. Where can nepotism be? Where can it be? We saw this, ladies and gentlemen. We saw this with Minerva Peña back in 2021. She was charged. She was charged with nepotism. Why? And we spoke about this last Friday. How she gave. She pulled some strings, so to speak. She made sure that her daughter-in-law got the job. And you know what? They were nice with Miss Minerva Peña. They asked her, hey, look, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You're in a position of authority. Your daughter-in-law got hired. We'll give you a chance. Look, resign from the board, and she could stay on. That way, it's or if you don't, she'll get fired. What did Minerva Peña do? She said, she's not my daughter-in-law. I don't know her. So what happened? They fired the young woman, a very beautiful woman inside and out. It got so bad, ladies and gentlemen. She was so embarrassed by what her mother-in-law did to her, denounced her relationship with her son, with her husband, that she couldn't take it anymore. The guilt, the embarrassment. And that young lady took her own life. She didn't deserve it, ladies and gentlemen. She didn't deserve it. So again, have we seen this here in the city of Brownsville? Have we seen nepotism? Yes. Yes, we have. And guess who was behind that charge? Guess who was the one that spearheaded that? Any wild guesses, ladies and gentlemen? I'll give you a minute. I'm going to take a little water break. Who do you think took the lead in making sure that Minerva Peña was charged with nepotism? 1 minute. I'm going to take a drink. Mr. Luis V. Science, the district attorney for Cameron County. He was the one that spearheaded this. I'm not sure if it was his office or BISD that gave Ms. Minera Peña the benefit of the doubt and said, hey, this is what's happening. You either resign or she gets fired. Minera Peña said, I'm not going to resign. So what do you think? What do you think went through the mind of Mr. Science? He was probably pissed. He was saying, really? I have all this evidence. We gave you an opportunity to step down and you still aren't doing it. Really? Again, a young lady lost her life because of Minera Peña. Blood is all, the blood is all over Minera Peña's hands. So now, we titled today's program, Will Pedrito Cardenas be charged with nepotism? That's a good question. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, I am making very serious allegations. Nepotism is a crime. It is prohibited from someone to use their position to influence, to give contracts, to give jobs, to give opportunities to people. This is real. I'm not making this up. We have a pattern. We have a history. Back in 21, that a politician here in the city of Brownsville was charged with nepotism. It happened. She was arrested. She was charged and arrested. By who? The big dog, Mr. Luis V. Science. He charged her. And you're talking about a former trooper, former law enforcement agent, an individual that has 20 years at BISD. Maybe we should implement term limits at BISD to get people such as Minera Peña out. And again, Minera Peña, if you go through her face, all she is, oh God, and the blood of God, and the blood of Christ, and God, 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 God. I've stated that the blood of that young lady, the young woman, is all over Minera Peña's hands. So again, how do we think Luis V. Science, if he knows about this, I don't know if he knows about this, but I'm pretty sure he probably had somebody say, hey, look, sir, look what this mulligan is saying. Look what this Chepe is saying. That there is a web of corruption here in the city of Brownsville. And that this person is alleging, that Frankie Olivo, Good Morning Brownsville, is alleging that there is corruption, sir. What do you think? Again, we talked about this on Monday. How if this isn't a RICO charge, if this isn't collusion, if this isn't racketeering, where individuals in powerful positions delegate and put others. I got a text. Cheating too soon. Again, is the district attorney's office aware of this? Probably. We're proud to say that our program was viewed by 7,000 people in 24 hours. We're averaging 10,000 views per episode. We're very proud and humbled by that. It shows you that we're doing something right. While Arnie seems to think that I don't have my ducks in a row, that I'm lying, that I should get my facts straight. Well, how about you ask them? Ask Pedrito. Ask Gustavo de Leon. Were you in the city manager's office? Yeah, we were. Well, what were you doing there? Did you make a request for a certain individual named Carlos Elizondo? Again, I have the diagram here, ladies and gentlemen, right in front of you. I am making strong allegations that a sitting commissioners, Gustavo de Leon and Pedro Cardenas, strong-armed the city manager's office to get who a job? Mr. Carlos Elizondo. Out of all people, Carlos Elizondo is going to get fired from DHR if he hasn't already. Carlos Elizondo is going to, well, then don't bring me back. Well, then don't talk about corruption. If it's your choice, your vote, deal with corruption. Don't complain, Elizabeth. You are part of the problem. Am I crazy? Hi, Elizabeth. I'm showing my community the skeletons, and they say, no. Well, I don't see anything. You see something? No. Really? I'd rather have a doctor, Ms. De Zamora, who's educated, who has a job, that doesn't steal, that is not being questioned for having hundreds of thousands of dollars that is unaccounted for. But that's just me, Elizabeth. So again, if you're voting for Pedro Cardenas, get off my page. And I'll say that nicely. And you're lucky that my family watches me, because if not, who cares? Social media is everything. Look at me. I don't block walk, and I reach the masses. I reach 10,000 people on average. Our segments on Rivera, we're close to 26,000 views. That block walking, that's antiquated. We have social media now. We're with a phone, with a mic. We can reach thousands of people. What am I going to do? Go block walk and sweat my big fat butt off, or be here in aquí de clima, mira, looking, mira, I'm talking to you. Really, Elizabeth? Get off my page, ma'am. And I'm saying that nicely. You're okay with corruption? You accept corruption? Really, Elizabeth? Hi, Brownsville. How are we ever going to change our mindset? I bring you the information on a silver platter. I show you the character of this man, that he is not in it for the best interests of the people. How he and his wife use taxpayer money to fund their projects, to fund But again, Elizabeth, please get off my page, ma'am. I don't support people that knowingly know what's going on and still are in favor of that. Really, ma'am? You are part of the problem, Elizabeth. Yes, ma'am. You. If you can't see, because of you, because you are a part of corruption. Get off my, I'm gonna get off my page, nigga. Anyone that supports corruption, let me know. That goes for any people that think they're my friends, that I'm not gonna talk about them, that I'm not gonna. We see the environment in which we live. We hear of corruption, of nepotism, and we still accept that. Really? Where has our morals gone? Have we been screwed over so many times to where this is like a domestic violence relationship where, well, I don't have nothing else, so might as well stay? Really? We're better than that. We want better for our children. We want good role models on the city commission. We want good role models in every government entity that we voters vote on. That's what I want. Yes, you're right, ma'am. Pedro Cardenas is a disgrace. He really is. But again, you have people like Elizabeth saying, oh, no blood, no foul. It's okay. No pasa nada. I'm voting for him. Ay, Diosito de mi vida. Take me now, Jesus. Take me now, Jesus. Ya no puedo con esta gente. My God. Ay, chat. What now, chat? What now? Well, we do have options. We can make this right. Today is the start of early voting. We have the opportunity to send a message that our vote matters, that we want individuals that are going to do what's in the very best interest of you and I. We want someone there that is not going to strong arm people to give jobs. We don't want someone to steal. We don't want someone to take from taxpayer money. We don't want that. We deserve better. And you know what? We should demand more. We should demand better. We should hold our politicians accountable. Because at the end of the day, they work for us. Julie, todos se tapan con la misma cobija. Ya basta. No more. Enough is enough, Brownsville. As long as there is breath in my body, I will continue the legacy of a great man that fought against corruption, who held his politicians accountable, who brought to the people the information. But what will you do with this information, my people? Today is the start of early voting. And I want to talk to you about who Daisy Zamora is. She's a scientist, research in nutritional health. She teaches at the University of North Carolina as a professor. She got a doctorate degree, which she studies diseases. She believes in listening to the public and fighting for what's right. She's a doctor. She's a doctor. Her only interest, ladies and gentlemen, is the people. She wants to improve your quality of life, our quality of life. She wants to focus on healthcare. She wants to focus on infrastructure, and she wants to focus on economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, the decision is yours. If you want to continue with crap, with pieces of crap, politicians, there's nothing I can tell you. I can't save you. Jesus said, we can't save them all. We have an option. We have an obligation. You, my voter, you, my people, you, my constituent, you have an opportunity to fix this. We need to send a message that we want good role models on that city commission. Enough is enough. Ya basta. Don't lie to my people. Don't steal from my people. Why do politicians run? Because it's all about them. We titled our story, Will Pedrito Cardenas be charged with nepotism, Brownsville? I showed you the character of this man. Doesn't live in the district, doesn't have a job, had over $100,000, which many have stated is laundered money. He stole tips. His wife is taking money from grants, taxpayer money, still $15,000, really? And then now he's strong-arming somebody. Gustavo de Leon has 2 weeks in and he's already there showing support. Martin Sarkis is a fraud. He knows it. His son knows it. His son confided in me a lot. It would be best for Martin Sarkis to stay quiet. I don't want to touch the issue because it's family. It's very delicate. But hey, if you come at the king, You best not miss, baby, because I don't miss. My facts are legit as AF. I don't play around with my people. I don't lie to my people. I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is our obligation, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the start of early voting. I humbly ask of you to vote. Vote for Daisy Zamora. She has demonstrated that she is not like Pedro Cardenas. She will do what's in the best interest of you and your family. I have done my part, ladies and gentlemen. I have presented you with the information, the character of this man on a silver platter. He's not right. He is not the best choice for us in District 4. But what will you do about that? I humbly ask of you to go out and vote. Call your friends, call your fellow enemies, your fellow enemies, your fellow neighbors. I'll give it to him in Spanish too. We need to do better. We demand better. Let's start electing people that will represent us, people that are in tune with our day-to-day needs, someone that is aware of our daily struggles, not somebody that doesn't have a job, not somebody that steals from his employees. Not that. How will you vote, District 4 voter? Well, that is all on you. If you're going to get coffee, make sure you get the human being. Great stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and your attention. Go out and vote. Vote or do not complain. Do not be like Elizabeth. Do not support corruption. And if you do, get the hell off my page. I don't want you near, because that is something that I fight against. I don't want corrupted people. I don't want people to steal. I want people to lose money. I want people to be invested because of de corazón. They really want to make a positive change. Estos vatos no están así. Gimme. Nah, esta la fregada. Que gimme. We, as politicians, we should be giving. Here, my people. Here. Here's the pie. That's what I want to do. I want to give to my people. I don't want to make a buck. I want to be Robin Hood. I want to take from the rich and give to the poor. That's what I want to do. And if I get blasted for it, it's all good. That is my mindset of a politician. I will provide opportunities. I will provide hope. I will provide change. I will give to my people. Mira, así, con las manos así, no así. Así no, así no queremos a los políticos. Los queremos así. We want them to give us, not for them to take. My name is Frankie Olivo, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frankie Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. You know, tune in. We'll be here Monday through Friday, rain or shine. Same Batman time, same Batman channel. Peace! Thank you so much, my brother. Have a good one. Peace.